a trip, so I won't be available later today, but I wanted to give Laxmi some context, as well as I think I've already given her a link to the stories deck. So who is the Virtues Project? The Virtues Project is a program that's been around since a movement, if you will, since 1991. The mission is to inspire people of all cultures to remember who we really are and to live by our highest values. So what we do at the beginning of every meeting is we start with a card pick, which are based on virtues that all people groups in all time have agreed are powerful. So we're going to use self-discipline as the example. So self-discipline is having self-control to do only what we truly choose to do rather than being blown about in the winds of our desires. Self-discipline helps us to gives us the will to persevere. It helps us to meet our goals, to be productive instead of procrastinating. It keeps us from saying or doing things we regret. We are vigilant and honest with ourselves, which frees us to live by our highest values. We're able to weed out bad habits and cultivate good ones. Self-mastery is fulfilling to our souls. Those who make channels for water control the waters. Makers of arrows make the arrows straight. Carpenters control their timber, and the holy control their souls. From the Dhammapada of Buddhism. So Laxmi, just so you know, we are spiritual, and all people groups are included in the Virtues Project. So lots of the different quotes will come from different folks. The practice of self-discipline, these are kind of the guidelines to know how you're proceeding on that path. I have self-control to make wise choices. I resist distractions. I persevere in meeting my goals. I get things done. I have the strength to be tactful. I carefully cultivate my character. And then the affirmation for each strength is the last thing that's on the card. I am thankful for the gift of self-discipline. It is the gardener of my soul. So we often talk about what are the things that, how this impacts us. And I've seen self-discipline as a necessity over my whole life. By design, I don't have it. But when I use it, I get more done and I'm able to be more productive in all areas, mind, body, and spirit. So that is the pick of the day. If you guys were here, I would ask you to consider how this impacts you and to speak about it. All right. So the project has facilitators all over the globe. And what we've been asked to do is to create a UX for 3 scenarios for creating what we call a workshop listing. So there are people that have been designated as facilitators and master facilitators all over the globe who do classes on a semi-annual or a regular basis, some on demand. And right now they're in the current iteration of the website. There is no place for them to put their workshops so that people who are seeking to understand better how to utilize virtues or even to become facilitators don't know when those things are happening. So that's what we're trying to create. So there are 2 different groups that are going to be impacted: the facilitators who are actually doing it and the users who are looking for facilitators. So we have 2 user stories for the facilitators themselves that need to go to the website. The first one is the facilitator subscription. We know who the facilitators are. We have a CRM system, Neon CRM, where all of our facilitators who have been vetted by what is called the VPIA, Virtues Project International Association's IAC, which is an international group of leaders who meet and liaison between the board of the VPIA, which is the project's leaders, and the people that are doing facilitation in the various regions. So we know who they are. We have them in our CRM system. This is going to be a paid service. So they have to have a place where they can actually come in and pay for their subscription fee to have access to the system. So that's what this first story is. So the acceptance criteria are when facilitators want to sign up for the service, they will required to pay a subscription fee monthly or annually. Facilitators will have the option to contact Virtues for discount coupon codes that can discount fees up to 100%, but they need to renew upon their subscription expiration and will need to get a new coupon code if the previous one has expired. The subscription fee will be collected in Canadian dollars because this is a Canadian non-for-profit via PayPal or Stripe, which we already have set up. We have the access to the accounts, that is. Facilitators must enter their credit card for automatic subscription renewals. If $0 will expire at the end of 1 month and code will need to be entered again. Review with SMEs regarding the process for renewal. We'll have to talk about that. Facilitators' credit card will be charged upon subscription expiration. We'll be given a week grace period in case the subscription renewal fails. An email notification will be sent to the subscriber with subscription renewal status, amount charged, or if charge was denied, and for subscriber to renew within the week. We've got to verify tax requirements with Val Hilliker and then check legal notification requirements regarding auto renewal. And Marilyn, our chairman, had assigned that to Perul Seth. Number 5, if the subscription fee could not be charged by subscription end date 1 week, then subscription will be expired and an email notification will be sent to the subscriber indicating their subscription canceled. Number 6, course information will be removed from Virtue's website for facilitators whose subscriptions have expired. Number 7, once subscribed, the subscriber will not have the option to shorten the subscription. That means that whatever they sign up for, they have access to. We're not going to be refunding money. Number 8, any issues outside the normal subscription process we're fine will be handled by a VPIA contact us and are out of scope for this project. So that's story 1, how a facilitator subscribes. This is just a wireframe that Vineet had done showing that whenever somebody comes into the workshop function, they'd have to identify whether they're a facilitator or a learner. And if they're a facilitator, then they either go to subscription, which we just read, or to workshop offering, which is the second function. And if they go to subscription, then they'll have either annual or monthly, which they can sign up for. And this is an example of what the subscription workshop function might look like. And an example of what the credit card might look like. Most of this functionality is going to come directly from Neon CRM, we believe. The data is the thing to focus on at this point. All right, then story number 2. This is where a facilitator has already subscribed and now they want to enter a workshop into the system. So as a facilitator, I want to be able to submit the courses to Virtues so that I can increase the number of people interested in my courses. So the acceptance criteria. The facilitator will be able to offer the following courses that will be advertised on Virtue's website. This must be replaced with the standard list of courses. And we have that standard list of courses listed. What is the Virtues project, the 5 strategies, facilitator training, a pace of grace, and join a Virtues connection group. There may be others. So this is just a place where we're listing what the classes likely are. And if they're other, then they have to be approved by the VPIA IAC. Number 2, facilitators will fill the following information: the name of the workshop, which is selected from the list above, the course description, and we have a set course description, which I think is going to be already set. So once they select the name of the workshop, I don't think it's editable, but we'll have to ask about that. They'll be facilitated by the person that's actually doing it, but if they have other facilitators that are doing it with them, they can add them. What the target audience is, and they can select one or more of these. And then method of delivery, is it in person? Is it online live, or is it online pre-recorded? Is it online self-directed or other? The location, and we put city, state, country, and region. We went back and forth on region, but there are IAC representatives who have regions. So we went ahead and selected regions so that they can see who are doing things in their particular area. And then what time zone is it in? It is in the language of instruction. And that'll be a drop down, and then they can add other. So if they're doing multiple languages, they can do that. Whether it will be charged or free, whether it's going to be scheduled or on demand, and that is all acceptable, right? Because sometimes people say we're going to do it in the month of whatever, and then once they have enough people, then they meet with those people, talk to them about timing, and then set a time. So time and date are optional, month and year, frequency, and comments. Number 11 is this planned or confirmed. As I said, sometimes they just say they're going to do it in a particular time frame, so that's why they would say planned. Confirmed would be a specific date where they already know that they're going to do it for sure, and the location. How do interested participants contact you for more information? And this, the facilitator can put as much as information as they want. All of it will be available. If they just have a website for their class and they want people to just go there and do it there, they can. Whether it'll be a phone number, email address, or other, they can add as well if they'd like. So some example that Vineet just put together as an example of what that those steps might look like. The learners are those individuals who are coming in to either learn about the virtues through the basic classes or to become a facilitator. And so their experience would be similar to the facilitators, and that they would go into the workshop listing area, but then instead of selecting facilitator, they would select learner. As a student, I want to be able to search courses offered by Virtues Facilitator so that I can have a single place to match my interests. The acceptance criteria on the website following search criteria should be available. The type of course, the country, the region, the language, whether it's charged or free, how it's offered, when it's scheduled, and when it's either planned or confirmed. So they can, this is the thought here, is that this is a pick list where they can just describe what it is that they want. They can also pick which class they want to view, what language, which region, all those things. I guess we just have country here at this point. And that's where they would go. They would click on search workshops. They would get that drop down, something like this. And then I think over here on the workshop name, the things that come up, it would have multiple classes. Now, this is an indication of what might be. You're the one that gets to design what it actually, the experience actually looks like. And that is it. So as you can see, it's not a very complex project that we have, but we're really anxious to meet with you and determine how we can get some workshops going with several of our facilitators. And that's the end of the meeting from my perspective. Since nobody's here, we've done that in a little more than 15 minutes. I will put the recording in a place where you guys can record, can view it, and then we'll give you access. So I appreciate you coming and thinking about joining our team to create the user experience for this. And I look forward to meeting you soon. For Mirage and Vineet, we'll talk to you guys soon, and God bless, and bye-bye.